Hey guys, how you doing today? I wanted to show you guys this beautiful plant. This is a Philodendron Pedatum. Isn't she gorgeous? Kind of a funny story with us. Wow. I kind of ended up with this particular plant on accident. I bought it from a lady in Florida, and it was sold to me as a Philodendron squamiferum, and as it started to grow, I didn't know any difference because I never had the plant, but I thought it was kind of odd because the squamiferum has fuzzy red stems and this one didn't, and I was like, I emailed her back and told her, I said, I don't think this is a squamiferum. Oh yeah, it is, she said. And I was like, oh, okay. But found out later, the more it grew, and the leaves got a little older, that it wasn't. This is a Philodendron Pedatum. Now, when I first bought it, I think it only had like 3 leaves. I've had it for a couple years. I only have like 3 leaves. I've cut it now. Looks like I've got 3 different stems in here. Yeah. So I've actually cut it 4 times because I sent a friend of mine a cutting of it. So, but what I want to do today, this is a really easy plant to take care of, just like any other philodendron. It likes bright light, lots of food, and lots of water. You want to keep her, on the semi-moist side. Don't let her completely dry out. I know a lot of people let their philodendrons dry completely out, but I'm not one of those. I feed her quite a bit. She gets fish fertilizer and worm castings, and she loves it. This is her newest leaf after I cut it. And then she's got, which didn't get as big as the others. You can see this one's kind of small also. But there is also 3 different plants here. So you've got, this was the original plant, this stem, if you guys can see. This here was the original stem, and she's got another new growth coming out right there. And then this was the secondary after I cut it the first time. I stuck that one in there. And then this is the one that I just put in. You can see it has that leaf, which was from the cut that I took from the top. And then she's branched out and it's getting, she pushed out that leaf, which is just a little, very immature leaf, and then she's got another growth right here. You can see the roots coming out. But what I want to do today is I want to put her, I've got a bigger pot all ready for her to go in, and I made a stake for her to grow up. And this is the stake that I made for moss pole. All it is it's a piece of untreated 2x4 that I had my husband cut up for me. And then he ripped them down and then ripped them into quarters. And they work out pretty good. I've been using them. And then this is just cocoa coir and some twine. Now, I'll show you. These are what I buy because they're cheap. You can usually get them for like $1. And then what I do with this is a cocoa liner basket. And then what I usually do is, say here's half, I cut it right down the middle, like that, just start cutting it. So it turns out like this. I just cut it right down the middle. And then you got this half, and then I cut it into 4ths. So I cut it again, and it's super cheap. You can use this, and then this edge, what I do with these then, that one I already ripped apart, is I'll take these and because you don't need it that thick, and these go a long way. Just kind of rip them in half like that, and then just go along and put it down your pole. You can cut the tips off if you want, and then just wrap it, and then you got the back for the back side. And I like the way they turn out. They hold up really good. I wrap my twine around it and just hold it, and I start at the top and then I go back up, kind of make it like a double tie or a double wrap around. So, but it works pretty good. I don't know how tall this is. I'd say probably 2 foot, maybe a little over 2 foot. But anyways, that is how I make mine. Pretty easy, and I do it on the cheap. Like I said, you can get these for $1. These I got at Dollar Tree in the spring. It's just oh, it says right there, replacement cocoa liner basket or liner. So anyways, what I want to do is I want to put her on this pole. I want to put her in a bigger plastic pot so she stays. Terracotta just dries out so quickly. But I am going to get my table set up, and we'll get back here and repot her and put her up on this new stake. Okay guys, I am going to get her out of this pot. Now, she shouldn't be root bound. She's been in this pot for maybe, I don't know, end of last fall or winter time. I don't remember when I repotted her. But I'm going to leave the stake on while I pull her out. And we'll see what her roots look like. Yeah, the soil's still nice looking. And it smells okay. You can see her roots. I guess she kind of did need to be repotted. But the pot I'm going to... Oh, I forgot to grab my pot. The pot I'm going to put her in is quite a bit bigger, and it's plastic, so she'll do a lot better in it. Okay guys, I got my soil and I got my pot. Now, normally I usually feed worm castings, and then I use a fish fertilizer when I water. But I'm going to knock off just a little bit of the soil. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but I haven't been using worm castings. I ran out about 3 or 4 months ago, and I just never bought any more. So you can see that new cutting that I just put in. I'm gonna try. Yeah, she's gonna come out. I'm gonna go ahead and take her out because I need to take all this off to put her on her new pole. That pole is going to be so much nicer. Oh. Yay, well that was easy enough. I just had a bamboo stick in there with her. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pull these two apart. I just want to try to rearrange here without breaking. And then I've got that small piece, but first I need to get my pole in. I'll set her down right there. Grab my pole. It's one bad thing about when you're first putting your poles in. I want to put her I want to set it all the way down to the bottom. I'm just trying to push in the dirt around here. Now sometimes what I'll do to make them hold up is put some rocks behind the pole to kind of help hold it up. Let me see if I have any in here. Well, I don't really have any in here. I'll have to go out. It's dark out right now, so I'll have to go out tomorrow and get a couple out of my garden. And then I just wash them off. But I have a couple. I'm just going to go ahead and stick them down in here. It'll help hold it up a little bit. And then I just usually keep piling my soil down or around it. And then once you water it, you can keep just like pushing that down. I guess I should have put a little more burlap, or dang it, I keep calling it burlap. Cocoa wire down a little further, but it doesn't matter. Okay. That seems pretty good. It seems pretty solid. So now I'm going to stick her in here. Yeah, that'll work pretty good. It'll be fine. I'll just take my... Oops, I'm dropping everything on the floor. When will I ever learn to get this stuff ready? Like, before I start repotting? I do not know. Okay. See if I can get her to stand up for a minute without snapping and breaking. I've been using this here stuff. Tag that's wore off. It's flexible tie. I actually bought it for my garden plants, and I've been using it on my house plants, and I really, really like it. I found it at Walmart, and they also have it on Amazon. So what I'm going to do here, I can't forget to put this little tiny cutting in here. I'll put her in last. It's just, I usually measure. Oh no, my light went out. Hold on. God, I got my lights on a timer to go off at 10 o'clock, and so you know it's like 10 o'clock at night. So anyways, I just kind of measure before I start cutting, because I don't like to... Okay, I'll cut it right about there. Because you want it to go around your plant and of course around the board. Duh. I'm going to cut 3 for now. And just cut them all the same length. There. And I'm just going to start at the bottom here. I guess I'll kind of put it on like that. Oh, everything's tipping over. Sometimes you just need 3 hands. Okay, now I'm going to put this one up like this. Get her held up before I snap her. I really like this. What was it called? Flexible tie? It's really soft and squishy and it won't hurt your plant. And then I want one more right there. And then I think I'm done propagating her for a while. Alright, I'm going to put some more soil in, and then I'll get that little piece in. She sure is a pretty plant. I really like this plant. And it's so easy to take care of. I'm just trying to keep pushing down on this board, trying to get it stabilized. I had to get some more soil. But anyways, earlier what I was saying, I don't think I finished my thought, was usually I was saying, talking about the worm castings and the fish fertilizer, and how I ran out of it a few months back, quite a few months back. But I've just been using fish fertilizer, and you know, my plants are still super happy, and so I just figured I'm not going to buy any more worm castings. It's cheaper. You know, why keep buying something that, and my fish fertilizer is working great, so I just don't see the need to keep spending money, extra money. And it's been months, so, you know, and my plants are all still growing very nicely with just the fish fertilizer, so. Okay, now I want to try to tuck this in. I'm going to scoot her back. I think I might put it over here on this side, which I should have done that before checking her out. I just sprayed her with neem not long ago, but I see there's like fuzzies sticking to her. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and water this down, and then isn't she beautiful? I love this plant. And then what I'll do is when I'm watering her, I'll keep pushing down the soil right here where the pole is. And then I might have to add some more soil, and then tomorrow I'll go outside and I'll find a rock and kind of just stick a rock right here, and it'll kind of help hold that pole up. And after a while, after you water it for like a month or two or whatever, that rock can usually come out because the pole gets kind of, you know, settled down in there pretty good. But if you're using wood, just make sure it's untreated. Now this will rot after a while, but you know, like if it starts rotting on the bottom, you can just cut off the rotten area, and you can always use it for something different later, but it's going to take a long time for it to rot. So, or you could maybe paint the bottom of it. I don't know if paint would hurt. I just don't worry about it. But, alright guys, there she is. And Philodendron Pedatum. She is a beauty. Absolutely love her. I cannot wait till she gets bigger. Oh, and by the way, I will put pictures up of this plant when it's mature. She's got gorgeous, gorgeous leaves. Beautiful plant. So, alright guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Peace.